Janessa, just talk a little bit about your upcoming expectations for the season. How do you guys think you guys will end up this year, and what's kind of your strengths and a few weaknesses maybe?
I see this team not only winning a couple games, but with winning those games, just growing stronger, continuing the culture they've made, continuing that legacy that they've built. And we've lost a couple great players, but I feel like this team, we're binding together, and the practices have been going really, really well. So, I mean, sky's the limit for this team and our potential.
And so far, obviously losing, Jamie and Ruth, they lost a lot of, and other seniors as well off this team. How do you feel like kind of your class can come in and kind of bridge that gap a little bit?
I feel like, this class is a lot different than the people we lost. Like, we don't have a 6'9" girl, but we have a lot of speed, a lot of tenacity. This group is really, we're just really aggressive, and I feel like Jamie was that aggressive player. She ran that role, so I feel like we've established that, and we're just really defensive minded, which Scott, he's a defensive minded coach. He loves defense, and that's what we bring to the table as a whole.
Michaela was saying that with losing some of those players, you guys maybe expect to run a little bit more and play a little different style than maybe just back to the basket and stuff. Are you excited for kind of that maybe run and go, run and shoot kind of an offense?
I think that first and foremost is going to throw people off, because Oregon State last year was more like, okay, they're great in a half-court set, but they don't really transition. This is a different style. We're going to transition as much as possible, get the ball out, make other teams have to run with us and keep them on their heels. Last year was kind of like they were able to set up their defense a lot, but this year we're going to try and attack them as much as possible, get them on their toes.
Obviously the Pac-12 is just loaded from, there's not a lot of weaknesses in the Pac-12.
Yeah.
How do you guys kind of feel that you can challenge, and what are kind of some teams that really are just wow, they're really good on to you?
Some teams that I'm definitely okay, shoot, we're going to have to really buckle down for them. I would say Arizona State, they're always great. Washington, they still have Kelsey Plum, she's an amazing player. And Stanford. Stanford's always good. They always compete. They're a very smart team, and actually I feel like they replicate us a lot in a lot of ways. They're defensive minded as well. But yeah, what we bring to the table is we know how to dissect a defense, and we know how to break down their offense to where they are not going to score. That's our one priority, is they do not score any easy shots. So if we can do that with any team in the Pac-12, I feel like we'll be able to compete really, really well.
What's an individual goal you have for yourself kind of going into the season?
First and foremost, I want to just expand my game as far as I can this year, on the court, off the court, offensively and defensively. So in every way, I want to just get better.
And what's kind of been your experience in Corvallis so far? A freshman, and been any football games, volleyball? You kind of just got to get that student experience a little bit.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, I love it. Everyone just goes all out for this every sport. It doesn't matter if you're in the rain, you're still going to go to the football games, and there's just everything's such high energy, and our fans are so crazy and amazing, and how supportive they are. And this is obviously one of the best college towns in the Pac-12 because of the following that we have, and it's awesome to be a part of that.
Would you say that was a factor when you come into Oregon State, with that Oregon State really blows out the competition for women's basketball attendance across the board?
Oh my, yes. Whenever I would tell my friends, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to Oregon State, they're like, oh, why would you really want to go there? It rains all the time. I know they're pretty good, but I'm like, you have no idea. We have people, tons and tons of people at our games every game. When I went to UCLA game, there was probably about 100 people there. And it was so it just took away that spirit of I'm playing for someone other than myself and my team. I'm playing for the town. I'm playing for people who support me. And I wanted that so bad, and that definitely had a lot to do with why I came here.